Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. This was one of the streams that we promised the whole world we're gonna do. We're gonna be just completely analyzing the Klopp era from start to finish. We're gonna be talking about Jurgen Klopp time at Liverpool Football Club. Why we only ended up winning one league title in 9 years. Why we only ended up winning one Champions League in 9 years. What led to this position to begin with. We're going to be analyzing every single thing before we say thank you, Klopp, at the end and just move on to the slot machine era. You get me? So big up to all of you guys. Please do make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Do make sure you guys are subscribing to This Football if you're yet to do so. There's already 200 people in here. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Keep getting involved in the chat. Keep letting me know your opinions. This is going to be a special stream. So the 200 people in here, this is you watching us. I want to give you guys the tutorial, the special Mo tutorial. You get me? Since you guys all came from Mo's channel. This is you watching us right now. See? It's you watching us right here. I want you to hit this X button. Hit this like button right here. Hit this like button right here. See? Only 39 likes, 180 people. Come on. Let's get the likes up. So today, we are going to be talking about the Jurgen Klopp era. We're just going to be talking about the era in a whole, why we ended up losing the English Premier League twice, why we were in the position we were in, why all of these things happened, why we only won one league title in 9 years. There's a lot for us to discuss. There's a lot for us to unpack. So yeah, let's just get into it. Let's just get involved. Let's just start talking. Obviously, Brendan Rodgers was the Liverpool manager when Jurgen Klopp got sacked. Brendan Rodgers was the Liverpool manager. When Jurgen Klopp was appointed. I still remember till this day the last game of the Brendan Rodgers era. We drew 1-1 to Everton away from home. Danny Ings scored the equalizer, and I feel like at the time the club has just gone stale. The club gone stale a little bit. It was a little bit dead. There was just nothing there for us. Like, we had the infamous league title thing that happened in 13-14. We all know how that ended, unfortunately. And I still blame Brendan Rodgers for that till this day. People blame Stevie G. I think that's just weak, just because he slipped. No, I still blame Brendan Rodgers for us not winning the league that season, because I feel like, he was the main reason. All we needed was just a draw against Chelsea at home, and he couldn't get the job done. Yet we wanted to blame Stevie G. I have no idea why. Things had gone stale at Liverpool Football Club. I mean, we ended up selling Luis Suarez, using that money, investing it, and buying about 5-6 players, bringing through the likes of Benteke, bringing through the likes of Fabio Borini, Ricky Lambert, all these players. We got in 100 players and none of them turned up. I mean, the only player I think we signed from that time that actually was good, turned out good, was Lallana and Firmino. Everyone Klopp got rid of within a 2-year period. So obviously, Jurgen Klopp, the squad that he inherited was just, it's just not looking good, bruv. It's just not looking good, because that Liverpool squad in 15-16 was absolutely dreadful. And sometimes I might jump eras a little bit and just kind of discuss things. Let me just share quickly to the people. Obviously, the Liverpool squad of that era. There's going to be a lot of share screening because I'm ready with clips. I'm ready with everything to kind of show you guys. So let me just show you quickly. Look at this right here. This was the Liverpool team that Jurgen Klopp inherited. Oh my days, bro. I cannot believe we actually allowed this to happen at Liverpool Football Club. Let me zoom in quickly. And then we can go down here. Look at this crap right here. In goal, Mignolet, Bogdan, Ward. Defenders. We scrolled down too much. Look at this defenders right here. Klein, Enrique, Toure, Lovren, Gomez, Sacco, Moreno, Cocker, Ilori, Skirtle, Flanagan, Brad Smith, Connor Randall. The midfield. Milner, Coutinho, Henderson, Lallana, Lucas, Emre Can, Joe Allen, Cameron Brannigan, Jordan Ibe, Kevin Stewart, Ryan Kent, Rossiter, Teixeira, Ojo, Chirivella. The forward line was Benteke, Firmino, Sturridge, Origi, Ings, and Jerome Sinclair. that was kind of the team that Jurgen Klopp inherited. You know, and we took over that team mid-season. Jurgen Klopp inherited the team mid-season, you know, and then after that, obviously, the year after the time he took over, the first game was Jurgen Klopp away at White Hart Lane. I think Poch was there, if I believe at the time. Yeah, I think Poch was there. We went there. We pressed like crazy. I still remember the game ended in a draw. You know, we pressed like crazy. We ran like crazy. Didn't really create much, but the team at the time was just so weak. The team at the time was so weak, and you just needed a bad rebuild at the time. And you know, you look at the state of that squad, you look at the state of that team. Obviously, Jurgen Klopp had a lot of work on his hands. Now, for the people who don't know, that same exact season with the same exact squad that I just showed you, Liverpool got to the Carabao Cup final and the Europa League final. That was the first heartbreak, if you would like, under Jurgen Klopp. The you know, the season where we kind of got to those finals. That was the first heartbreak for Jurgen Klopp, because you know, that year Liverpool Football Club, obviously, we lost both finals. I still remember to this day the penalty shootout against Manchester City as well. That was just, yeah, that was very sad, man. That was very sad. It's just, yeah, that was not good. We got to the Champions League final. I still remember Coutinho scored the equalizer that day, but City were much better than us. City were much better than us from start to finish. City were much better than us. From start to finish, they were the better team. They deserved to win. We ended up losing the game on penalties. Europa League final. The Alberto Moreno final. The Alberto Moreno final. Sevilla was the team that we were up against. Daniel Sturridge scored an absolute banger in that game. Absolute banger, that Daniel Sturridge goal in the Europa League final. But then after that, in the second half, within 2 minutes, Alberto Moreno, if I speak, I'm in trouble. Alberto Moreno, if I speak, I am in massive trouble. Within 2 minutes, Moreno messed up everything. Literally within 2 minutes, Moreno messed up everything. And we ended up losing that game. But here's the thing, my first thought on Jurgen Klopp's like semi-season, you know, first like half season, if you would like. Obviously, the signs were there. The signs were there. He was implementing his style of football. He was implementing the way that he wants to play football. He was doing all of that type of stuff. And Liverpool Football Club was building something with a special manager, you could tell. But we needed to sign players. We needed to take it to that level. And that's where 16-17 came through. 16-17, let me just show you guys the squad quickly. Obviously, we bought in Karius. Manninger, you know, was there. Klein, Lovren, Milner became the left back that season, if you guys all remember. Joe Gomez, Clavan, Moreno, Matip, and Trent Alexander-Arnold made 12 appearances, made his debut for us that season. Obviously, in midfield, we made the signing of Jorginho Wijnaldum. We made the signing, I believe, that time of Emre Can. We also signed Sadio Mane. This is where he makes his first appearance on this team. Sadio Mane signed from Southampton that same exact summer. And if I believe so, Liverpool Football Club were actually top of the league, I think, by January period. But then Sadio Mane went to you know, the AFCON, and the rest is all bad history, because we got, I still remember to this very second, we got slapped up the whole January of that year. The whole January, we were just getting slapped left, right, and center. Just getting slap. I still remember when Mane came back and we beat Spurs. Mane scored twice. You know, he was definitely our best player that whole season that year. But it was still obvious that there was so much still left to improve on. And now we get to the part where me and you are going to have real conversations about this football club. Big up to Joe, who says FSG hires slot 4 years experience in 15th rated league. Joke. Joe, listen, we're going to get to the slot stuff. I promise you, Joe. Just stick around. And I'm going to talk about FSG as well. So you best believe FSG are not going to just fly through this whole thing. 16-17 ends. Liverpool get top 4. We beat Middlesbrough at the end of the season. See how I don't even need to research any of this stuff. I remember because I lived it. We beat Middlesbrough at the end of the season. You know, and Wijnaldum scored an incredible goal actually that day, and we ended up qualifying for the UEFA Champions League. So the next season, we were back in the Champions League, which allowed us to make the best signings in the Jurgen Klopp era. Virgil van Dijk rolled through in January. Andy Robertson was signed in the summer. And of course, Mo Salah became a Red. And that season, everything step by step started falling into place. Everything step by step started falling into place. 17-18 Liverpool, for me, purely from an entertainment perspective, was by far the best Liverpool to watch. By far the best Liverpool to watch. We had like a 2-month period where it was like Coutinho, Mo, Firmino, and Mane, and we were cooking teams left, right, and center. I still remember, I believe we beat Hull City 5 or 6 goals in that game. And then one of the Hull City defenders came out post-game and said they didn't even let us breathe. They did not even let us breathe in that game, one of the Hull City defenders said. Bro, that was the most entertaining version of Liverpool I have seen. The 17-18 season, Oxlade-Chamberlain, my midfielder. Everyone knows here how much I love the Ox. And Ox in 17-18 was absolutely cooking. He was cooking. I saw certain stuff from Oxlade-Chamberlain that year that I did not see like in any midfielder in the Klopp era. He was absolutely cooking that season, Oxlade-Chamberlain. And he was balling out. And, you know, we have to say with Oxlade-Chamberlain, I miss the guy. I miss the guy. I wish he never got that injury against Roma, because we would have found out where like his real level was. But Oxlade-Chamberlain that season was cooking the shit out of everyone. Now, January comes through that year, and Liverpool end up selling Felipe Coutinho for about 120 million to Barcelona. Thank you, Barcelona, for buying him. But I was so annoyed at Coutinho at the time, and I'll tell you why I was annoyed at Coutinho. The reason why I was annoyed at Coutinho that season was as follows. We were truly building something special at the football club. And we were all sat here thinking, like, bro, you're leaving us mid-season to go join Barcelona. You can't play Barcelona in the Champions League anyway because you were cup-tied. Like, just wait till the summer and you could have left anyway. We made a lot of money. I was really annoyed. With Felipe Coutinho. Really annoyed, man. And the thing is, we kept triggering clauses. Like, it started with 120 million, triggered the clause. We ended up getting like 140 something million from Barcelona for Coutinho. Every time we triggered an extra clause, you know, type thing. So 17-18 ended probably the most heartbreaking end to the season. That year, our Champions League run was relatively easy. In the knockout stages. We didn't face any of the big boys. We didn't face Barcelona. We didn't face any of these teams. We slapped up Roma, though, in the semi-final. That semi-final at home, 5-2 against Roma. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Some of the football we played in that 5-2 win against Roma, unbelievable. Unbelievable. We slapped up Roma. You know, Toka, I said that we didn't face any of the big hitters. City had 0 Champions Leagues at the time. We were the big hitter, not them. So yeah, we beat Little City in the Champions League 5-1. Anfield game. 3-0. Firmino, goal. Salah, goal. No, sorry, not Firmino. Salah, goal. Mane, goal. Oxlade-Chamberlain with his best goal for me in a Liverpool shirt. He can hit one. Oh, he can hit one. We all remember in that game. We absolutely tore Manchester City apart. We went away to the Etihad. We were quite lucky a little bit on a couple of chances they could have scored, but we ended up winning that game. Firmino stole the ball from Otamendi, ending it 2-1. Mo Salah with the coldest celebration the coldest celebration, away at home. It was beautiful. That celebration, as soon as I type it right there, see, directly it pops off. We all remember. That Mo Salah moment right there was cold. He was like, yep, I'm here. Yep, I'm here. We ended up beating them. But the season ended in heartbreak because we went to Kiev. I still feel sad till this day thinking about that game. It was Ramadan. That game was during Ramadan. And the sheikh in my masjid was like, I know we all want to support Mo Salah in the Champions League final, but let's play Taraweeh first. I remember I prayed Taraweeh. I came home. You get me? I came home watching that final right there. For the first 20 minutes, this is something that not even a Real Madrid fan can deny. For the first 20 minutes of that game, we were cooking the crap out of Real Madrid. The first 20 minutes. Enz, you didn't add me, brother. What's your snap? Are you Black James Bond? If that's you, that's very cringy. But I'll add you. Anyway, let me know if that's you. We were cooking Real Madrid in the first 20 minutes of that game. We were absolutely on top. We had the possession. We had the chances. Mo Salah had a couple of shots. And then infamously, Ramos takes down Mo Salah, breaks his shoulder, and Mo Salah's injured. And now, Liverpool are toothless in that game. Liverpool without Mo Salah, Firmino, and Mane were just toothless because we needed all three as a collective to come back together. Thing is, you look at that game, and it was a very sad ending to the season. It was a very sad ending to the season. Loris Karius, absolute howler. Absolute howler. And people say, he had a concussion, all that. I don't believe he had a concussion. He just had a howler of the ages. I know Gareth Bale scored that goal. Like, wow, Andrew. Oh, you're Black James Bond. Can we all spam L's in the chat for him right now? There is no way ends his name on Snapchat is Black James Bond. Can we all spam L's in the chat? Oh my god, your name on Snapchat is Black James Bond. That's so cringe. That's actually so cringe. Nah, his name is Black James Bond. I swear I'm not even lying. I swear to God, I'm not even lying. There you are. That's more cringe than Mookie calling himself the Bosnian Scouser. That's more cringe than that. Anyway, back to 17-18. Obviously, Loris Karius makes that mistake. Absolutely dreadful mistake from Loris Karius. We're ending up losing the Champions League final. 2 mistakes. One for the Benzema goal. The guy just gives Benzema the ball for no reason whatsoever. Just gives the ball to Benzema. Here you go, Benzema. Here you go, Benz. He just gives the ball to Benzema just like that. Like, why? Why? And then the third one, Bale shoots it right at him and he's just like in his own net. And that's where Liverpool had the realization that we had to sign Alisson Becker. And we ended up signing Alisson Becker. And our life was different from that very second. There was a moment in time before I get to the transfer window on there. And now we get to the story parts. Because that's where Hussam started getting involved with YouTube and stuff. I still remember till this day. We played Brighton at home. 18-19. It was the start of the new Liverpool era, if you would like. After the rebuild, Liverpool. Alisson Becker got the ball. He just flicked it on top of Glenn Murray's head. And I just got the ball. And Glenn Murray had a header in the 86th minute that he saved. And I'm like, yo. That's my keeper right there. I fell in love with Alisson Becker the moment he walked foot through the club. He was absolutely unbelievable. Incredible goalkeeper. Absolutely incredible goalkeeper. And there's another signing that we made as well that you might forget, but I won't. Because Henderson was playing number 6 the year before. And Henderson was okay. But we had to go make an upgrade. And who did we upgrade with? Fabinho Tavares. One of the most important signings in the Jurgen Klopp era. One of the most important players because Fabinho absolutely cooked. I don't care what anyone says. Fabinho was the best DM in the world. The absolute best DM in the world. Fabinho was him. Fabinho was him. Now we get to the gossip. Now we get to the story time. Now we get to where Liverpool messed up before we talk about the glory days. Big up to my guy Gagan who says, Klopp 2015 to 2020, my favorite manager, charismatic, hungry for success, brilliant style of play. 2024, less so, complacent, arrogant, tactically stubborn, reactive, holding on to players, not wanting transfers, which cost us, in my opinion. Oh, I have the whole timeline figured out. Don't worry. Don't worry, because I'm headed to 18, 19, 19, 20, because that's the most successful season. Those are the... First of all, W's in the chat for Gagandeep for the big super chat. Big up to you, Gagandeep, my brother. Second of all, that is where Liverpool Football Club, after 1920, everything went to the shits, and you're about to hear firsthand exactly what happened. I'm going to tell you stuff that maybe I'm not even allowed to say, but it doesn't matter because my source has left Liverpool anyway. So, you know, there's a couple of things that I'll say right now that will shock the shit out of every single one of you guys. Beyond you can even imagine how much it will shock all of you. So stick around. Don't worry, let me just get through 18, 19, and 19, 20. After that, I'm going to unpack this whole situation. And I promise you, 10 years from now, you might read one of these guys' books and you will realize Hussam was spitting all along. Big up to Mookie who says, I really liked Coutinho. We all liked Coutinho, brother. We all liked Coutinho. 100% we all liked Coutinho. Gagandeep, stick around. Now, 18-19 starts. 18-19 starts. 18-19 starts. And it's obvious that Liverpool have built something special. Alisson, Fabinho, Trent, Robertson, Matip, Van Dijk, Joe Gomez was incredible at the time as well. That was pre-injury. Shukran, Anis. Fabinho, Henderson before he became crap, Wijnaldum, Salah on the right, Firmino down the middle, Mane on the left. There was an interview that season done by Jose Mourinho, infamously just before he got sacked. We played Manchester United at Anfield. We beat Manchester United by 3-1 at Anfield. Shaqiri scored twice that day. Xherdan Shaqiri scored twice. Jose Mourinho made a press conference. He said, Liverpool Football Club remind him of Porto, the team that he had, in the team that won the treble. Because we counterattacked like crazy. We scored incredible goals. We had possession. We dominated teams. We had Trent and Robertson, who were by far the best right back and left back in the whole world at the time. We had an attacking force that was incredible. And we had a workhorse midfield with a 6 sitting right in front of the defense to shield that. That was absolutely incredible. Big up to Smoke. Hello, Allah Salih. He says, Salam alaikum. Long day. Yes. Stick around, Habibi. There's a lot to find out for you today. Obviously, that year, Liverpool challenged for the league. And just from a purely league perspective, we were, I think, 8 points ahead of Manchester City. Draws to Leicester, draws to Everton cost us. And we ended up losing the league by a point. We actually, had we gotten a draw away at the Etihad instead of a loss, we'd have ended that season with an invincible double. We would have ended that season with an invincible double. Small margins and fine margins is what defines this Jurgen Klopp era, and I'm going to get into it. We drew games that season that cost us. We had 7 draws. And I feel like that season was a learning curve for us in terms of just purely from a league thing, to realize you cannot mess around against Pep Guardiola's teams. You cannot mess around because they will win games at the end. And this is the thing that I spoke about this season that no one listened when I said City at home was must win, but I don't want to talk about it. But we drew to Leicester, we drew to Everton, yes sir, we drew to West Ham, we drew to Man United. Those 4 draws cost us. Manchester City ended up winning the league by a point. And I'll talk about my worst week as a Liverpool fan. Happened in that season. In a period of a week, Kelechi Iheanacho missed a 1-on-1 at the Etihad. Vincent Kompany scores a banger against Leicester City. And we go away to Barcelona, dominate them, have all the possession, create all the chances, somehow end up losing 3-0. I was at uni. I was at 4th year uni. I remember sitting in my department, speaking to my friends about football. That was my daily at uni. And I was just like, guys, did I really watch football from August until May for absolutely no reason whatsoever? We were top of the league for so long, and we just bottled it, and we just lost 3-0. 3-0 we lost to Barcelona. But then, this might sound cringe if you're not a Liverpool fan, but I wasn't cringe, it's the reality. Whether you like it or not, I actually believed in the team headed into the 4-0. And that was one of my favorite moments because I made my dad a Liverpool fan. Everyone knows in my family it worked in reverse. Sam made his father support Liverpool. Usually it's the dad makes the son the fan of the club. For me, in reverse, it happened. I made my dad support Liverpool. We were sat there watching that game, and I remember my dad getting emotional with me at the full time when we sang You'll Never Walk Alone. We saw Anfield. That was by far the most emotional moment of the whole Klopp era for me. That was by far the most emotional moment of the whole Klopp era for me. Liverpool Football Club ended up doing the impossible, accomplishing the biggest comeback, 4-0 winners against Barcelona. Divock Origi was the story of the Champions League campaign. Because Divock Origi, let me tell you guys quickly about Divock. Divock Origi had 3 shots on target that whole Champions League campaign. 2 of them were against Barcelona, 2 goals, and the third was against Champions League final against Tottenham Hotspur. The whole campaign, Divock Origi had 3 shots. 3 shots on target from August till May in the Champions League. 2 of them came against Barcelona, and 1 of them came against Tottenham Hotspur. And that final against Tottenham Hotspur, it felt like 2 clubs were going at a clash. Pochettino built up Spurs, Jurgen Klopp built up Liverpool. This was the moment. The team that wins this are going to kick on and take it to the next level. Liverpool ended up winning the game. Mo Salah scoring a penalty within 2 minutes after Sissoko directed traffic, and Origi scoring a goal at the end. Who here knows who was Origi's goal assisted by? Who assisted Divock Origi's goal in the Champions League final? Tell me right now. If you remember, you remember. Who assisted it? Who assisted it? Chat. Quick quiz. The people know. Victor doesn't know. It was Matip who assisted that Origi goal. Yes, sir. Shout out Joel Matip. Jacob, shout out Joel Matip. Yeah, he assisted the goal at the Champions League final. I guess you hold that. We won the Champions League. Liverpool are champions of Europe again. Still remember to this very second. Still remember to this very second. Still remember to this very second exactly what the commentator said. Liverpool are champions of Europe again. Again, Liverpool are champions of Europe. Infamously, Jurgen Klopp made the interview. Let's talk about 6, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad thing that may be. Let's talk about 6. Let's talk about 6 a little bit. Let's talk about 6. Infamous interview of Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp had the world by the balls at the time. had the world by the balls. The whole planet was in Jurgen Klopp's hands. And you know, the 18-19 transfer window, the one after the Champions League final, I still believe cost us till this day. I'll explain why in a second. 1920 starts. Everyone knows Liverpool have won the Champions League. But what do people say at the time? I still remember. Rafael Benitez won the Champions League. Rafael Benitez won the Champions League for Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp must win the league title. 1920 starts. And we're slapping teams left, right, and center. Now, this was the transfer window that year. This was the transfer window that year. Right here. Sepp van den Berg, Harvey Elliott, Adrian, Andy Lonergan, and Takumi Minamino. Minamino came through in January. He wasn't even a summer signing. Now, yes, we did end up winning the league that season. However, that wasn't because of that transfer window. That was because of everything Jurgen Klopp built for the last 3-4 years before that, that got us to the stage where we can win the Champions League. And you know how I said I came ready today? Because there's a lot for me to share. There's a lot for us to unpack. Chat, I want to ask you guys a question. First of all, big up to Gagan B, big up to Saleh, big up to Muki, big up to Joe for the super chats, big up to all the super chatters. I want to ask every single one of you guys a question. Every single one of you guys a question right now. Who do you think out of every superstar in Europe is the most egotistical superstar? Who do you think is the most egotistical star in Europe right now? Who has the biggest ego in the whole of Europe? Give me a name. Give me a name right now. Give me a name. I said in Europe and a guy mentions a guy in Saudi. What a fraud. Tell me in Europe. Who has the biggest ego in the whole of Europe? Just think. If you think for 10 seconds, you should all write the same answer. Well, let's look what the most egotistical player in world football said about Liverpool at the time.
What Liverpool do in this moment is amazing. It's amazing. They lost the Euro game. That's not easy. The guy are focused and play every game. They play and they win. They win. They win. They are like Machin.
And Trent Alexander-Arnold stole your...
Yeah, I saw. I saw. I'm proud. But this guy is amazing.
And to talk about Mohamed Salah, is one of the best players in the world. In the sixth finalist in the list of the Global Soccer Awards. He scored a lot of goals for Liverpool. He make the difference. I love to watch him play, so he's a great player.
That was what Kylian Mbappe said about Liverpool. Shall I run the clip again? I want you all to listen to this again because this is very important. This 35 seconds determines Liverpool's future. You have no idea what happened, guys. I'm going to tell you certain things that only the 300 people listening today will get to know. The people who know me can vouch. I'm not an ITK. I don't waffle. I only say the truth. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Let's watch that again.
What Liverpool do in this moment is amazing. It's amazing. They lost the Euro game. That's not easy. The guy are focused and play every game. They play and they win. They win. They win. They are like Machin.
And Trent Alexander-Arnold stole your...
Yeah, I saw. I'm proud. But this guy is amazing.
And to talk about Mohamed Salah, is one of the best players in the world. In the sixth finalist in the list of the Global Soccer Awards. He scored a lot of goals for Liverpool. He make the difference. I love to watch him play, so he's a great player.
Climbing to the top of the food chain is completely different than staying at the top of the food chain. Climbing to the top is one thing. Staying at the top is the other thing. Kylian Mbappe's parents, his mom, And Kylian Mbappe met up with John W. Henry from his Monaco days. We actually wanted to sign Kylian Mbappe from the days at Monaco. It never fell through. He chose to move to PSG. 3 years later, we had the biggest star in world football, the biggest prodigy, the next big thing, the R9 of the modern era. Talk about Liverpool Football Club. Now, after 1920 is where Liverpool went to the shits. 1920 onwards is where Liverpool went to the absolute shits. And I'm going to talk exactly now why that happened. Hit the like button and subscribe because you guys are going to hear things today. Liverpool were a well-oiled machine, not only on the pitch. Liverpool were a well-oiled machine on and off the pitch. Liverpool's scouting were absolutely incredible. Liverpool's team was absolutely incredible. I still have on my phone an Excel sheet of one of the scouts sent to me that I opened up and I saw. They have left every single detail on that piece of paper. Every single detail on that piece of paper was there. Every single detail on that piece of paper was there. From start to finish. Everything we knew. They know when a player passes to the right, when a player passes to the left. Everything. Everything. 2020, 2021 starts. 2020, 21 starts. People are now expecting and predicting Liverpool to win the English Premier League. Why? Because Liverpool were at the top of the mountain. So they were expecting Liverpool to stay at the top of the mountain. We all remember exactly what happened that season. What happened is as follows. Pickford goes on to injure Virgil van Dijk. Joel Matip gets injured. Joe Gomez gets injured. However, Manchester City were not looking like the team that they were. I'm talking about before they went into the winning streak. That's why I'm ignoring it, Aaron. It's literally irrelevant. Liverpool Football Club in that January gave us signs of exactly why we wouldn't be successful. For the people who don't know this, I'll remind you all. Liverpool Football Club were top of the league 2020-2021 in January. We had Virgil van Dijk out, we had Joel Matip out, we had Joe Gomez out, and we were top of the league. The entirety of the planet, the whole planet thought that Liverpool Football Club were going to sign a centre back. Because obviously, all the centre backs were out. This is where all attention turned into FSG. And this is where Hussam became a YouTuber. In that January, all the Liverpool articles, all the Liverpool journalists, everyone came out and said the same exact thing. Liverpool have no money. COVID have affected Liverpool badly in this transfers, and we were unable to sign centre backs in January. Liverpool could have been league champions that season. But who did we sign? Ozan Kabak and Ben Davies from Preston North End. Does anyone here even know who the fuck Ben Davies is? Not the Spurs left back, the Liverpool centre back that we've never even seen play a game. Does anyone even know who Ozan Kabak is? Let me tell you who Ozan Kabak is. He ended up playing for Norwich and not even starting for Norwich. This is where Liverpool's lack of seriousness was exposed for the whole world to see. And Liverpool's lack of seriousness saw Liverpool drop a shitload of points in January, February, and March. Until, infamously, Nat Phillips and Reece Williams came through, started playing as the two centre-backs for the team. Mo Salah turned it up in the last 10 games of the season. Thiago Alcantara turned it up in the last 10 games of the season. And we ended up finishing in the top 4. We ended up finishing in the top 4. Now, this is where the drama all starts. This is where the drama starts. Michael Edwards may have left Liverpool in 2022. But please don't think that the drama didn't start from before then. Please don't think so. 2021 is where the drama started for Liverpool Football Club. We all were fooled by Jordan Henderson PR, myself included. I include myself. We all fell into the trap. Every single one of us fell into the trap. How dare the football club make this Jordan Henderson contract thing public? FSG out. They're not giving our captain a contract extension. How dare them? Michael Edwards was the only one in the whole planet who wanted Jordan Henderson gone from Liverpool Football Club and wanted to sell him. Michael Edwards was the only one in the whole planet who wanted Jordan Henderson gone. This is where the first clash of egos in Liverpool Football Club happened that led to Edwards resigning a year later, which we're going to get to in a second. Michael Edwards was the genius. Michael Edwards was the genius that got Liverpool Football Club the signings that we needed, the players that we needed. He wanted to sell Jordan Henderson that summer. Jurgen Klopp fought tooth and nail to keep his captain Henderson. He wanted to keep Jordan Henderson at Liverpool Football Club. This is where Jurgen Klopp's weakness, once and for all, was exposed and known to the whole world. Not yet. It was known a year later. Loyalty. Loyalty. A loving culture. A non-ruthless culture. A culture that led us to be in this position right here, right now. Michael Edwards wanted to get rid of Henderson and wanted to refresh things for Liverpool Football Club. But Klopp didn't want that. Klopp did not want that. Klopp wanted Jordan Henderson to remain at Liverpool Football Club. Klopp wanted Henderson to stay. Klopp wanted Milner to stay. Klopp wanted Wijnaldum to stay. Klopp wanted all these players to stay. He did not want to get rid of any of those players. He didn't. This is where everything was truly unraveled. This is the list of the contract extensions first. Adrian, Kelleher, Harvey Elliott, Trent, Fabinho, Alisson, Virgil, Robbo, Hendo, Phillips, Reece Williams, and Jurgen Klopp himself got an extension. Henderson contract is where every single war started. And this is where Liverpool Football Club fans versus Hussam started in that summer as well. The only transfer we made in that summer, one transfer. Ibrahima Konate. Ibrahima Konate was the only signing we made the whole summer. 2021, before let me reveal the truth about this football club. Michael Edwards was gonna sign Rodrigo, He was gonna sign Caicedo from Ecuador, and he wanted Bruno Gomares for £20 million. Before Bruno Gomares even became a Newcastle player. Before Bruno Gomares even became a Newcastle player. Before he even became a Newcastle player, we were going to sign Bruno Gomares. But we refused, not because of money, because of loyalty. Because we wanted to hug and kiss everyone at Liverpool Football Club. We wanted to hug and kiss. We wanted to sit up here and just be friends forever, because it's not about the trophies you win, it's about the friends you make along the way. That was what we did at the time. The hugging and kissing culture is exactly the reason why Liverpool Football Club were not successful during that era. Now, during that transfer window, it was after the Euros, of course, we all remember, is when I was screaming every single week for us to sign players. Every single week I was screaming. People in this chat remember. I wanted us to sign players. I wanted us to make transfers. I was getting journalists on the channel. I was really upset that Liverpool Football Club couldn't sign the likes of Jadon Sancho and couldn't sign any of these players. And that's why I went on the infamous rant, we can't dream anymore. That's why all the top Reds clipped me up. In that summer transfer window, if you guys remember, we extended all the contracts in like the last week of the transfer window. Do you guys all remember? Before the quadruple charge season, we extended all the contracts in like the last 2-3 weeks of the whole transfer window. Extended contract. They used the contract extensions as a reason to shut up fans who were really worried about the lack of transfers, because the only player we signed that summer was Ibrahima Konate. And at the end of the window, I still remember people saying, we might have not signed anyone, but we extended all these contracts. Why are you complaining? Why are you moaning? I was asking for a midfielder from that time. And I was asking for a center back from all that time. Tyler Jones is a guy that's been watching me since March 2021. He vouches on the chat. He remembers every word I've said. This is not something that I've made up today. I've mentioned all this years ago. I said it as it was happening. People know that I don't waffle. I've been saying the truth for all this time. That's just the reality of the situation. That's just the reality of the situation for Liverpool Football Club. We were in this position that we were in. Hussam was doing transfer rants. Hussam was doing transfer videos about this whole situation from the start. And if I play of me, what exactly I said from like 2021, what I said like from 2 years ago, it's really worrying how it applies till this very day. It literally applies till this very day. Quadruple starts. For the people who don't know, right? That season, FSG out thing started. The movement started. It started picking up step by step. And if I tell you the truth about Redmond TV and Anfield Rap, you will all be shocked forever. But I won't. Because I respect certain things. I've been told to not tell anyone anything for certain things, and I show respect to the people that tell me this information. We all know. Obviously, it's not like John Henry sends an envelope to Paul Machin's house. We all know this. However, I ask one question to everyone in the chat. If Paul Machin publicly criticized FSG, do you think he gets Jurgen Klopp exclusives? Just asking. Now, back to where the downfall of Liverpool started. That season starts. For the people who don't know, we were 14 points behind Manchester City in January. 14 points behind Manchester City in January. 14. And for all the people who think transfers don't necessarily change the way a club operates or the way a club plays or change the club's fortunes, there was one transfer we made in that January that changed exactly how Liverpool played football. One transfer. Luis Diaz. Why was signing Luis Diaz at the time a smart option? Because Luis Diaz came into play on that left-hand side, which allowed Sadio Mane to move down the middle, because Sadio Mane lost a yard of pace, and Sadio Mane was absolutely dreadful for the first 6 months of the season. The first 6 months of the season, people in the chat will tell you right now, we were Mo Salah FC. Salah scored the hat-trick away at Old Trafford. He scored the goal against Manchester City, where he dribbled past like 5-6 players. He had an assist in that game as well. Mo Salah was cooking every week on the pitch. We were talking about Mo Salah winning the Ballon d'Or. That's how good he was. We were talking about Salah winning the Ballon d'Or. He was cooking every single week in, week out. We were just cooking. I think he was like on 20-something goals, or like, no, sorry, he was like on 20-something GA by December. The guy was doing insane stuff week in, week out. AFCON, Mane beats Salah in the AFCON final, and they come back. We actually won every single game without Mo and without Mane. Won every single game. They both come back. We're on a good run. There was something discovered that season that did not have Jordan Henderson, which showed why Michael Edwards was right. NFT. And I'm not talking about the crypto thing. Naby Keita, Fabinho, Thiago Alcantara. The NFT midfield was finally the midfield that we were all thirsting for. A midfield that can keep the ball, a midfield that can pass the ball left, right, and center, a midfield that can keep the possession, a midfield that was dominant to an extent. That all changed. Everything about Liverpool Football Club. Because now Mane is playing down the middle. Diaz is on the left, Salah on the right, and sometimes Jota is on the left as well. Oxlade-Chamberlain had a good run when Mo and Salah were in Mo and Mane were in AFCON. Fabinho had a very good run as well when Fabinho started scoring as well, a whole lot of goals. Like in that month period, I think he had like 5 goals or something. I know like 2 or 3 of them were penalties, but he still scored goals. The team looked like it was cooking. Carabao Cup final. Chelsea are a much better team than us, but we beat them on penalties. And Liverpool Football Club are still in all competitions. And the draw puts us on the easier side of the draw. Benfica, Villarreal, and then you have Real Madrid, Manchester City, and Chelsea all on the other side of the draw. So it was almost like a walk to the Champions League final for us. Everything that I complained about the summer before, about depth and about signings, about us not signing players, and about us not making signings, and about us not delivering in the transfer window, came back to bite us in the ass at the end of the season. Thiago Alcantara, Fabinho, and other players had steroid injections in their knee to play a Champions League final. That's how done they were. That's how no energy was left. There was no energy left whatsoever. Fabinho played about 60-something games that year. His knee was gone by the end of the year. They were finished. They were finished. They were absolutely finished by the end of that season. Oh my God. They clipped me up for the Atalanta thing again. Fuck's sake, Matisse. Say swear no context fan TV has clipped me up again, the bastard. Atalanta clipped me up again. I'm so done with this Atalanta thing. For fuck's sake, bro. Atalanta! Vamos! I said from 2 hours ago from when I went live, give me Atalanta. Guess who got Atalanta? This time in the police. But we're gonna do this. Anyway. Back to the position we're in. By the way, big up to Singh and Josh. I'm gonna get to the super chats in a bit. Here's the thing. Quadruple charge season. We went for all 4 trophies, ended up with 2 of them, but we lost out on the 2 big ones. Last game of the season in the English Premier League was extremely painful. Extremely painful. Liverpool Football Club were gonna be league champions. Aston Villa were 2-0 up against Manchester City. 2-0. Coutinho scored as well. Gerrard was manager. It looked like it was written in the stars. Until Gundogan came on, tied his shoelaces, won that game 3-2. But we still had the Champions League final to look forward to. We still had the Champions League final to look forward to. Now, Andy Robertson's downfall started in that year. Jordan Henderson's downfall started in that year. That's where you could see the worst of them come out. Sadio Mane's downfall started in that year as well. Liverpool Football Club dominated Real Madrid. Courtois had the game of his life, and we ended up losing that game by 1-0. That one was very painful because we went for all 4 trophies, and we ended up with the 2 littlest ones out of the 4. Infamously, Jurgen Klopp comes out and says, book your tickets to Istanbul. But the way that we acted in that transfer window exposed everything. Now, can I tell you guys one thing? You know what's the worst thing to happen to Liverpool Football Club that whole year? Quadruple charge season. If anyone can bingo tell me what's the worst thing that happened to Liverpool Football Club, then you're actually following the timeline. What's the worst thing to happen to Liverpool Football Club in the quadruple charge season? What's the worst thing to happen? Tell me right now. There's something that happened that year that was absolutely the worst thing that happened. What is it? Let me know in the chat right now. There's one thing, absolutely by far the worst thing to happen to Liverpool Football Club. What was the worst thing to happen? Edwards left, correct. There is another bad thing. That was the second worst thing, Edwards leaving. What was the best? What was the worst thing that happened? Not the parade. No. Not even Arthur Melo. The worst thing to happen to Liverpool Football Club towards the end of the quadruple charge season is the fact that we played Benfica in the knockout stages, and Nunez scored twice against us, which eventually led to us signing Darwin Nunez, which actually marked the end of Liverpool Football Club winning anything. And that's what actually marked the end of Liverpool Football Club being a well-oiled machine, because from that moment onwards, Klopp and Pep Linders controlled every single transfer that walked through the door, controlled who goes and who stays, and infamously, remember the 2 channels that I mentioned? Who all remembers the Redman TV interview with Jurgen Klopp that summer? Who remembers the Anfield Rap interview with Jurgen Klopp that summer? What did Jurgen Klopp say? What did Jurgen Klopp say? We don't need a midfielder. We have Naby Keita, we have Oxlade-Chamberlain, we have Henderson, we have Fabinho. Why do we need a midfielder? Why do we need a midfielder? And then that guy from Anfield Rap was like, yeah, you're right, Jurgen. I don't know why. He's saying you need a midfielder. People think I'm new to this game. 3 years. The issue with this whole situation is as follows. How many times will we rinse wait till next summer? How many times will we rinse that message? How many times will we sit here and rinse the same exact BS PR narrative of wait till next summer, wait till next summer, wait till next summer? I think it's gotten to the stage now where if you're the most positive FSG in guy, you're even a little bit worried yourself, because you understand that our midfield was a weakness. Our midfield was a weakness. Are we just going to keep doing the same old BS every single summer, like as we've been doing for the last 3-4 years? Until then, just wait and in March hear the same old BS. We can't compete with Manchester City. They're an oil-owned state. Oh, we challenged. We finished second. Oh, incredible work for challenging Manchester City. Incredible work for, being close to Manchester City. Incredible work for not finishing 40 points behind them. Let me explain something to you. History remembers the winners. History does not remember who challenged. If I ask every single one of you right now, 10 years ago, who finished in second place in the Premier League and how many points behind they were, or did they challenge or did they not challenge, none of you will remember. None of you will answer that question. People remember who win the competition. It's as simple as that. And the frustrating thing, and the thing that's getting me angrier by the second, is we're not even far away from winning the bloody thing. We're not even far away. We're able to win it. We just need to sign smartly in the summer transfer window, and boom, we've won the league. Same old BS every single time. And you know what the message is going to be next summer? I'm going to tell you the message next summer. Next summer, we go get Jude Bellingham, and Mo Salah's contract expires, and someone's going to go like, Paul Joyce, of course, is going to tweet it, or James Pearce, or one of them. They're going to go like, now that Liverpool have completed the signing of Jude Bellingham, they are looking to upgrade Harvey Elliott to that right wing slot, and they think he can cover what Mo Salah does in the team. So we're not going to replace Mo Salah. We have finished our transfer work. We have just signed Jude Bellingham, and we're not going to sign a winger. And everyone's going to come out and say like, oh, we don't need a winger. Diogo Jota can play right wing. We're going to finish second behind City again. Yay, we're going to finish behind City again. I am sick and tired of being the nearly team. I'm sick and tired of finishing. When was this? Look at the date of this. 1 second. I just want to say the date of this video. I wish
for the last 3 years.
Wait, 1 second.
The issue with this whole situation is as follows.
Let me just check.
How many times will we rinse? We rinse that message. How many times will we sit here and rinse the same exact BS PR narrative of wait till next summer, wait till next summer, wait till next summer? I think it's got to the stage now where I trust the transfer committee. So do I trust you or do I trust Klopp, you clown? It's the same 3 sentences. I'm watching Liverpool content creators and I feel like people now are just listening to the BS and calling it out. I'm not saying you can't be positive or fair dues. Do whatever you want. It's your own channel. Go ahead and lie to the people. It's up to you. But don't tell us how to.
June 16th, 2022 was the date of this video. Here. It shows it on the phone. It doesn't show it on the laptop. 2022. June 16th. June 16th, 2022. Right there. 2 years ago.
To behave. Don't tell us how to behave. We have every right to be angry. We have every right to be frustrated. Liverpool this season we needed a midfielder, consensus agreement. And you know what the problem is? Let me just say it as it is and let me call out the BS. You know what the issue is? We have a sheep mentality. We have a sheep mentality in our fan base sometimes. Certain facets of our fan base, they move like sheep. They do as they're told. They need a shepherd to tell them what to think. 2 weeks ago, if I got in any Liverpool fan on earth, and I mean any Liverpool fan on earth, 100% of Liverpool fans on earth would have said we needed a midfielder. Paul Joyce comes out and says we're not going to sign a midfielder. Suddenly it becomes the right decision. Why? Why do you switch your energy? Your energy wasn't the same 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, if I asked you, hey, selection, hey, whoever it is in the sub transfer in the comment section right now, hey, Noah, hey, Jaskaran, hey, all the people, hey, whatever your name is, who do we need to sign this summer? You're going to say, we need a midfielder. We need a midfielder. Paul Joyce comes out and says, we're not going to sign a midfielder. Suddenly it's like, ooh, I've woke up this morning and I've decided that we're going to rely on Harvey Elliott for 38 games. We're going to rely on Fabio Carvalho for 38 games. We're going to rely on Curtis Jones. Remember, he got trained under Gerrard, so he might suddenly evolution himself into a Steven Gerrard some way, somehow. So that's who we're going to rely on. It's the same BS every single summer. The money excuse is no longer there. The money excuse is no longer there. I need people to understand Liverpool Football Club just made the most money in England. Most revenue. Number one in revenue in England. Where is that money going? The club itself know that we need a midfielder. You know what proves to me that the club itself believes that we need a midfielder? Why the hell were we in for Chouameni? Big up Jay, I'm going to read the super chats in a second. Why the hell were we in for Chouameni? Someone tell me right now, why were we in for Chouameni? I need an explanation. I'm overreacting. Remember, I'm doing all this for the cameras. I've literally spoken 15 minutes in a row because it's purely from the heart. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I say it as it is. I'm not here for John Henry to give me a monthly salary. I'm not here to follow Liverpool PR. I am not here to get money from the football club. I'm not here to get exclusive interviews. I'm here to say it as it is. I will be forever till the end of time. I will be a man of principle. I will say it as it is. I will come on this channel and I will say it as it is. I will go on a Twitter space and say it as it is. I will tweet out my opinion and I will say it as it is. I'm not here for the exclusive interview. I'm not here to get people to like me. I'm not here to play up to the crowds. I'm not here to do positivity on Olympics. I'm not here to do positivity Squid Games. I'm not here to do just trust the transfer committee and shut the fuck up. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to say it as it is. And I will forever wear my heart on my sleeve. And I will call out the BS when I see it. If we do not sign a midfielder, you can kiss the Premier League goodbye. Big up Robbie, big up the guys who have sent in super chats. I'm gonna read them out.
How scary it is. How scary is it? How scary is it? How scary is it that 2 years later, everything I say still applies? Just think. Just think. How scary is it that everything I said 2 years ago, June 2022, still applies? You want to go to the Nunez part? Let's go to the Nunez part. No problem. Oh, Hussam came ready. Don't worry. Don't forget. I never forget. See how Tyler Jones was in the chat? See why he can vouch?
Go subscribe to his channel. This guy is hands down top 2, top 3 most knowledgeable football people I've ever spoken to. Does incredible work on international football as well. So make sure you go subscribe to his channel. Big up Hussam. First thoughts are sorry, one second, because I can't read it now. Big up Hussam. First thoughts are we way overpaid for Nunez. Seems like a lot of clubs were after him and FSG broke the bank. Have to trust the board and Klopp, but I don't think he's ready for the move. And I guess here's the thing, Michael, and I feel like maybe this whole trust the club thing is just a rhetoric used against anyone who questions any transfer, just to shut them down. Instead of having a constructive, fruitful, objective conversation, people just want to sit on their high horse and say, trust Klopp, Klopp knows more, trust the club, trust the blah, blah, blah. All I'm saying is, if I'm having a constructive opinion on a footballer and I'm about to back it up with facts, I don't think there's anything wrong with what I'm doing, because I'm giving my honest, objective opinion on Darwin Nunez that I have watched plenty of times. We've watched compilations, we've watched him on the football pitch, and we're going to be talking about him, we're going to be discussing him. And I feel like, with all due respect, cool guy has just put in a comment that's so accurate. But anyway, I digress. With all due respect, I feel like trust the club, trust Klopp. Even though it's correct, because we have to trust Klopp, and I do trust Klopp, now it's been switched into some sort of rhetoric to just shut down anyone who wants to have a constructive, fruitful, objective conversation about any decision the club makes. I can make a constructive argument as to why we should not sign Nunez. The opposition argument will be trust Klopp, trust the club, boom, full stop. That's the only issue with that statement for me. I trust Klopp, I trust the club 100%, but I can still have a constructive opinion and an objective opinion and speak about him and give my reasons why I think we should sign him, why we shouldn't sign him, etc. Why I prefer someone else, why I think it's too much money, why I think it's accurate money. We can have conversations, but I feel like the whole trust club thing has sort of turned into a rhetoric to just shut down people who want to have conversations. Big up to Michael Talks Football again. As I said, make sure to subscribe, guys. Not just because he sent me a super chat. Even if I just saw his name, this guy, you have to subscribe to his channel. He's an absolute icon. Nunez has had 2 good seasons, one in Segunda Division and this season with Benfica. Has loads of potential, but he better score 15, 20 next season. And I mean, this once again already links to a point I made about the pressure it applies on Darwin Nunez, the pressure it applies on Liverpool Football Club, the pressure it applies on the squad. Because guess what, Michael? I'm going to raise you a level. I don't think 15 goals is enough. 15 goals is not enough. If we're going to pay 70 million of the Queen's finest, 15 goals is not enough. He needs to minimum hit the 20 goal mark. And the pressure is on him from the get-go. From the absolute get-go, the pressure is on him. Look at Chelsea with Lukaku. Lukaku scored a goal to win them a semi-final in the Club World Cup, and they're not going to sit there and just forgive him. Of course, Lukaku had
Watch this
now at the statistical breakdown, and as I told you guys, it's Darwin Nunez, it's Karim Benzema, it's Erling Haaland, it's Robert Lewandowski, it's Lautaro Martinez. Now, as you guys can see on the screen, oh, absolutely, I'm well prepared, because people will say I'm trying to make stuff up. As you can see on the screen, this is of course not yet the per 91. I'll look on the per 91 in a sec. Of course, this is the games played and minutes played, and we're gonna look at all the positives. And
you see, you know why everything I said 2 years apply. I'll pause that video there. You know why I said everything applies in that video still applies till this day? Because I was talking about raising the standard and keeping the standards high at Liverpool Football Club from June. Look at the strikers I'm comparing him to. Benzema, Lewandowski, Haaland, and Lautaro Martinez. Look at how I was comparing him to the best of the best, because I wanted the best for Liverpool Football Club, and I wanted Liverpool Football Club to win, and I wanted Liverpool Football Club to compete. I was comparing him to the best of the best.
Negatives. Thanks so much, Rajat. So games played, minutes played is there ahead of you, so you can compare stuff in terms of games played and minutes played, or you can ignore that till we do per 90. So as you can see, Darwin Nunez has actually played less games.
You know what's funny about Jaskaran?
Than a lot of them.
He was on the live chat,
but he has lost.
I'm ruining the mood.
The ball possessions lost, as you can see. He's lost the ball 302 times. He has lost the ball 302 times, positive and the negative together. When I was looking at the aerial duels, and when you look at Darwin Nunez, he's almost like such a massive guy that you think he always wins his aerial duels, or you know, he probably has a higher aerial duel win percentage. He only wins 40% of his aerial duels. Haaland almost wins 60%. You know, Benzema has a similar one, but he ain't that strong or big anyway. Robert Lewandowski has a high. There's no reason for you to watch content. There's no reason for you to be on Twitter.
See?
If you think...
See the comments I kept getting. Hussam knows better than the Liverpool. See, did you guys see the comment on the screen? Look at the comment on the screen. Hussam knows better than the Liverpool recruitment team. Guys, this is what I dealt with. This is what I dealt with every day, day in, day out. Transfers, Twitter, spaces. Everywhere I went, it was the same stuff. I came prepared today. I showed you guys the same exact clips. Gagandeep was there in the comment section. Tyler Jones was there in the comment section. Jaskaran the Sheep was there in the comment section 2 years ago. I didn't want the guy. I did not want the guy. I did not want Darwin Nunez. I was trying to raise the standards. Look at the people I compared him to. Haaland, all these. I wanted us to sign Nkunku. I wanted us to sign midfielders. I wanted midfielders at Liverpool Football Club, not just one. I wanted us to get rid of Henderson. I wanted us to get rid of all these guys. And 2 years later, everything Hussam said was right and everything we done was wrong. So factually, whether you like it or not, Hussam was right and Liverpool Football Club was wrong. Yes, Hussam from Jordan, who's never been to Anfield, all that, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Everything I said was right. I didn't want Darwin Nunez. I wanted to sign a midfielder. And what happened the summer later? What happened the summer later? Someone tell the whole world what happened the summer later. Tell me right now, everyone. Chop, chop. Let's go. Quick, quick, quick. What happened a summer later? We didn't need a midfielder, right? We didn't need a midfielder, right? What happened the summer later? What happened the summer later? Tell me. What happened? What happened the summer later? We bought 4 midfielders and we sold 7. The same club that told you a year before we needed no midfielders sold 7 and bought 4 new midfielders. We don't need a midfielder. We don't need a midfielder. Listen to Klopp. Listen to FSD. Listen to the club. A whole year later. The reason why Liverpool Football Club only have 1 league title in 9 years is ego and loyalty. Those are the 2 reasons. Ego, loyalty. Simple as. Look at the names that Michael Edwards wanted to bring in. Michael Edwards wanted Rodrigo from when he was at Brazil. Rodrigo himself said it. I told you all, before any journalist spoke, ask Tyler Jones. Ask Tyler Jones. He was there. He heard me say it. We wanted Caicedo from when he was in Independiente del Valle in Ecuador. Michael Edwards wanted Chouameni. He wanted the best of the best. But in order to do that, we had to get rid of Henderson. We had to get rid of Milner. We had to get rid of all these players. We had to get rid of all these players. But Jurgen Klopp's hugging and kissing did not allow that. Love you, Jordan Henderson. Hug me, Henderson. I love you. A year later, this is where the whole war started in my own universe. This is where I called out that guy. Do you want me to play you the clip where I called out that guy? This is where Hussam's villain arc, if you would like, started. You know when I lost it? I'll tell you when I lost it. I lost it when Liverpool Football Club were linked with Christian Pulisic. Pulisic is where it all started. Imagine, big Liverpool Football Club, Christian Pulisic. It's crazy how I was saying this shit 2 years ago. Pulisic we were linked with. That's when I lost my mind.
One of the good players. He spends half his time injured, and when he plays, he's dog shit as well. So like this is the issue now. This is the issue. Everything we've been through throughout this whole season, summer window transfer starts, and who are we linked with? We're linked to Christian Pulisic. Incredible, incredible. If we sign Christian Pulisic, I am, honestly, let me not even say what I'm gonna do, but let me just break this down, because people think that this is somehow some sort of joke. I even have, why I was late? Because I was getting the screen share ready, because people think, oh, Hussam's exaggerating, blah blah blah. So let me just show you the hard hitting. Calf strain 21 days, hamstring injury 63 days, quarantine 3 days, muscle injury 24 days, coronavirus 12 days, ankle injury 52 days, ill 7.
Imagine I had to actually convince the fan base. Imagine I had to convince the fan base that Pulisic was a bad signing. Imagine. Do you guys know what I've went through on YouTube?
This is Christian Pulisic's. Ibrahima Konate, who's a centre-back, scored 3 goals from corners as a centre-back. In a row, he scored 3 goals in a row as a centre-back from corners. He scored. And you're going to try convince me that Pulisic is this some magical goal scorer. Bro, I'm sweating. The AC is on 18. It's full volume. I'm hot. My head is hot. I am burning from deep down. What is going on, man? Let me address another thing before I go to the chats and stuff. Let me address another thing, because it's another thing people have been saying and thinks this is some sort of joke. So give me a second. Let me ask myself the other question that the top reds will ask and answer it for you as well. Let me ask, because, you know, as I said, I already know the questions. I already know the questions. You know what's the worst bit? I know the answers as well. So let me ask. Hi, I'm a top red. My name is Matthew. I have a question to you, Hussam. Yes, Hussam, what's the question? Big up JJ. 1 second, I'm going to read all the that's up. Yes, hi, my name is Top Red. My name is Matthew. I'm a Top Red. Have you ever been to Anfield, Hussam? No, I've never been to Anfield. But what's your question? Matthew is like, Hussam, what were you saying in 17-18 when we signed Mo Salah? Why don't you think Klopp can do that with Pulisic again? Fantastic question, Matthew. Let me tell you, Matthew, why you are wrong. I'm going to tell you why, Matthew, because that's a stupid-ass question. I'm going to tell you why. You know why that's a stupid question, Matthew? Why, Hussam? Why is it a stupid question? I'm going to tell you, Matthew. Focus with me. The reason why we need to stop comparing 17-18 signings and 16-17 signings with 21-22 for the 100th time. We are in a different state. We are in a different state of football. What do you mean, Hussam, different state? I'm going to tell you what it means, different state. In 17-18, in 16-17, we were trying to become a top 4 club. We were trying to establish top 4. We were trying to get a top 4 football. We were trying to qualify for the Champions League. Objective at the start of the season, qualify Champions League. That was the objective, nothing else. We had no other objectives. We had just come out of the Borini, Lambert, and Balotelli era, and all we wanted was top 4. So basically, we were Arsenal back then. 16, 17, 17, 18, we had just qualified for Champions League. We wanted to do it again. We were Arsenal under Wenger in the last 5 years. We were just trying to get top 4 football, nothing else. What's the difference between Pulisic coming in 17, 18 and him coming in now? Had he come in 17-18, I'd have been happy. Why? Because we wanted to get top 4 football. What's the difference now? We are trying to win the Premier League. We are trying to win the Champions League. Our biggest rival, Manchester City, has just signed Erling Haaland. Alvarez is going to sign Cucurella. They're probably going to sign Calvin Phillips. And we're sat here being linked to Christian Pulisic. And don't get me, because I'm going to start on the other people who are linked to as well, like the likes of Bowen and the likes of Nunez. Let me just stop, yeah? Let me just stop and let me just focus on the Pulisic shit right now. So this man, across his career, in 164 appearances from 15-16, 22, he has scored 32 goals in 7 years of football. 32 goals in 7 years of football. This is the incredible.
Man, it's crazy looking back 2 years ago. It's crazy looking back 2 years ago how right I was. You know, 2 years running, Liverpool Football Club were ruined by egos, by loyalty, by hugs. And this is what led to Liverpool not winning anything last year and this season. The reality is, the signs were always there to see for everyone. Everyone knew at the end of the season, Fabinho and Thiago had steroid injections in their knee to play a Champions League final, that we needed the midfielder. We ended up signing Darwin Nunez, which is the club's biggest mistake over the last 2 years. The January window comes, and instead of us signing a midfielder, we go sign Cody Gakpo. And then in the summer, we literally just sell 7 by 4. And it's funny because across this whole season, when I was doing content, you guys have heard me say, you know, We need to sign a forward. We need to sign a forward. We need to sign a forward. Diaz is not reliable. Nunez is not reliable. Diaz not reliable. Nunez is not reliable. Only thing I'll say is, genuinely speaking, all agendas aside, on a real, and I'm not saying this to gloat or show like I'm some arrogant guy who's always right, but from 2 years, everything I said applies till this day. Let's go back to the quadruple charge season. Quadruple charge season ends that summer. Imagine we signed the midfielders then instead of waiting. Imagine the Nunez thing never happened and we signed midfielders then. You know who Hussam wanted? I couldn't quite find the clip. But you know who I wanted? I wanted Paquetá. I wanted Matheus Nunez. I wanted Ugarte. I wanted the best of the best. You know who I wanted last summer? Ugarte, Caicedo, McAllister. That's the three that I wanted to sign in midfield. This January, I wanted a forward line player. I'm wanting Marcus Thuram. I'm wanting Olise. I'm wanting the best of the best players to come here. And you know what's funny? People now, the same people want Somerville. The same people from 2 years ago who were like, yeah, it's okay. They want Somerville now. The reality is, had Liverpool Football Club signed the players that we've spoken about, I think we would have been in a much better position. The problem is that I have is there's still people till this day who want Darwin Nunez to remain at Liverpool Football Club. Why? What for? What has he shown you in the last 2 seasons that you think is going to change? What's going to what's changing? So the next season starts, he's missing chances again, and we get fucked again. And suddenly, we're sat here talking 3 months into the season. Everyone wants Nunez sold. Yeah, but I told you we should sell Nunez from like the start of the summer transfer window. Same thing with Luis Diaz. People just want to give people chances. Guys, the only way that Liverpool Football Club will be successful is if we stop this hugging and kissing culture that we have at this football club. Only losers look at this current Liverpool situation and think Somerville solves it. Somerville does not solve it. I don't give a fuck how many goals he's scored in the championship. Adel Tarabt killed it in the championship. Let's look at the actual serious players. Why can't we go get Marcus Thuram, Olise, the best of the best? I can give you 5 solutions right now. First, sell Diaz and Nunez directly. Number 2, buy 5 players right now. We sign this summer, we could win the league next season, even with slot. Ait Nouri, Hinch Cape, Inacio, whichever, Ugarte, 2 forwards, Olise, Thuram, done. Khalas. I've solved every single one of my problems in one window. But you know what happens at Liverpool Football Club, and I'm warning you guys, it's going to happen again this summer. I'm warning you guys right now. What's the day? 23rd May. All of you remember this video for when it happens in like 3 months from now. This is what's going to happen. What's going to happen is as follows. Liverpool Football Club are going to have a 75% window, which is what we usually do, which means we're going to address 3 of the 5 things or 4 of the 5 things and leave 1 or 2 things unaddressed. And the 1 or 2 that we leave unaddressed is going to come back and bite us in the ass. Just again, next season, the same exact thing. 100%. Next season, the same exact thing is going to happen. Next summer, we'll be sat here talking about the 2-3 things that we need, and we'll end up signing 1 or 2 things. That's just the reality of the situation, guys. Liverpool Football Club are a nearly club because we're nearly in the transfer window. Our transfer window operations, how we're a nearly club in the transfer window, makes us a nearly club in the Premier League. If we were a full-on club in the transfer window, we would have been a full-on club in winning trophies. Jurgen Klopp plays a part of that. The directors play a part of that. And of course, John W. Henry plays a part of that, because John W. Henry will only want us to get top 4 because that's the target for him. Fenway Sports Group are not sat here. Please don't think that John W. Henry is going to Arne Slot and saying, you must win the Premier League or you get sacked. That's not the mentality that we have. I wish we can adopt a Real Madrid mentality. If Real Madrid had Darwin Nunez, they would have sold him after a year. If Real Madrid had Luis Diaz, they would have sold him after a year. 100%. They don't play around. And then we sit here and we wonder, why are Real Madrid about to win like their 5th Champions League in the last 10 years? Why have they won so many trophies? Why have they won so many titles? It's this. We don't have this. Because we don't have this, we accept the crap that the club do to us. We're Liverpool Football Club. Why get Arne Slot to begin with? We should be getting the next prodigy, or we should be getting a proven winner. Why are we sat here talking about Somerville, with all due respect. I don't give a fuck about his stats. Why aren't we looking at the best of the best so we can actually go and win stuff? This is the type of shit that is just weird and insane to me. We are a nearly club because we're a nearly club in the transfer windows, and that's just the ultimate reality. In January, Salman can vouch if he's in the chat. In January, I said we should sign a forward. I said it. I said, fuck all the midfield, centre-back stuff, no need anymore. We need to sign a forward. And deadass, had we just signed a forward, we'd be sat here league champions. I have the mentality. Do you have the mentality in the chat to apply pressure? Do you have the mentality to speak on social media and tell the whole world how this season's fucking shit because we have only won the Carabao Cup? You don't have the mentality. You're busy laughing at Arsenal. Haha, Arsenal are bottle jobs. Yeah, but we were top of the league. Why are we not bottle jobs? I said by Ivan. I've given 100 examples. From January, I've said sign a forward. And you know what people said? Yeah, but Hussam, we've scored all goals. We've scored this many goals. Everyone knew. Salah's going AFCON. Jota's made from Weetabix. Everyone knew this. We're a nearly club. Keep this in your mind. This sentence is very important. We're a nearly club in the season because we're a nearly club in the transfer windows. You know who I wanted last summer? I wanted Robertson gone and I wanted Alphonso Davies. That's who I wanted. Maybe I have fine taste. Maybe my taste is too fine for Liverpool Football Club. Maybe my taste is too high. Maybe I expect more of my club. But I want us to win. I want us to win. And we're linked to the likes of Lloyd Kelly, Somerville, and others. How's that going to help me win a Premier League title or win a Champions League or compete against the best of them? That doesn't help me. That doesn't help me. I wanted us to win. I wanted us to compete. I wanted us to go out there and win the trophies. And from 2 years ago, this is where truly the end of the Klopp era has ended this way because of loyalty, because of hugging, because of kissing, because of just sitting there singing Kumbaya around the fire. That's not how you win trophies. You win trophies by being ruthless. You win trophies by signing the best of the best, by getting the best of the best. And Michael Edwards and Klopp just work together, and it come together as a well-oiled machine like he did in the first 4 years of the Klopp era, we'd have been sat here on multiple Champions Leagues, on multiple Premier Leagues, but instead we did this to ourselves. The reason why Liverpool are only one time in 9 Premier League champions is not Pep Guardiola or 115 Chargers or any of this. The main reason is us. We are to blame. We fucked up. We messed up. Go back to 2021, all the way back. Had we sold Henderson like Edwards suggested, bought actual serious players, we would have went on the next season to win the Premier League from the start. You know who's been making the signings over the last 2 years? Jurgen Klopp, Pep Linders. Gakpo was a Linders recommendation. Diaz was a Linders recommendation. Nunez was a Klopp recommendation. McAllister was actually the parting gift from the Julian Ward, you know, and Michael Edwards people. He was a parting gift. Soboslai, it was managers that wanted him. Gravenberg, Linders recommendation. The only guy that Schmatka signed was actually Endo. the Schmatka recommendation, because he wanted him when he was the sporting director at the previous club he was at. Guys, this is the problem. This is the problem. When I come here and I speak, I don't want to be negative. I don't want to sit up here and talk about Nunez and Diaz and talk about this. But the problem is I have to, because the club never learn. The club never learn. We never sit back and assess, shit, why didn't we win the Premier League this season? Why didn't we win the Europa League this season? Why didn't we win the best of the best? Someone will come tell me DM center back. Yeah, but it's obvious what we need. Like, it's real obvious what we need. There's still people who hang on to Robertson in 2024. There's still people who hang on to all these players. What are you hanging on to? It's time to let go. Let it go. They're not good enough. Simple as. Simple as. Anyway, let me go to the super chats. Big up to all of you guys. Thank you guys so much for showing us so much support. W's in the chat for my guy Josh Byrne for dropping in the super chats. Big up to Josh. Only time we won anything of significance is when we spent money from our so-called war chest. Thank you so much, Josh. Thank you so much, Josh. And this goes back to everything I just said in this video. Guys, we signed Alisson, Van Dijk on big money, went and won everything in football. Why don't you guys understand that a part of success is spending money. If you have really convinced yourself that Liverpool is a broke football club that has no money, I cannot help you. I cannot help you because you're beyond repair. I played you clips from 2022 on my YouTube channel. 2022 clips were played for you guys to see with your very own eyes. You all saw that with your very own eyes. It's crazy how everything I said in 2022 applies in 2024. Does that shows you how much Liverpool Football Club have stagnated? Do you really believe that Liverpool Football Club have no money? If you deep down believe that Liverpool Football Club have no money, then I cannot help you. Then no one can help you. Liverpool have money. We're just stingy. We don't spend it. There's a difference between having money and not spending it versus not having money. We have money, but we just don't spend it. That's the problem at Liverpool Football Club. Big up to you. W's in the chat again for Josh Bird. Thank you so much for all the love. Big up to Singh who says, yes, Hussam. Why do people keep singing Nunez chant when he misses open goals and Diaz song? Rubbish players. LFC fans think they're the best supporting players regardless. No point supporting shit. Singh, I'm 100% with you. I'm 100% with you. I hope you're in the chat still. You know, I know you were there from the start. I'm 100% with you. We sit there after Darwin Nunez misses a sitter going, Nunez, Nunez, Nunez. What are we? Why are we encouraging this fucking shit? 27 big chances missed. 11 Premier League goals. 0 goals against the big 6 all year long. No goals against City, no goals against Arsenal, no goals against United, no goals against Chelsea, no goals against Spurs. We encourage this fucking shit. Day in, day out, we encourage it. 11 goals, 27 big chances missed. You robbed Mo Salah of the Playmaker Award. You robbed us of a league title. You and the other dumbass on the left wing. Big up to Singh, who's back again and says, you mentioned other channels getting exclusive. The reality is they're not authentic and fun. Met them in European finals and they didn't even want to talk. Keep being real. You're the best LFC rep. Slot out. Bro, listen, thank you so much, first of all, for calling me the best LFC rep. I appreciate that. That's real love right there. Second of all, listen, I don't want to start Hussam versus Redman TV again. I already took them on in a space debate. And I came out the winner and the victor according to the masses because they made it personal. You know what Paul Machin's response to me wanting Qatar is I wanted Qatari ownership. I want Qatar to take over Liverpool Football Club so we could win trophies. You know what his response was? Hussam, what are your thoughts on homosexuality? That's what Paul asked me. The fuck does my thoughts on homosexuality have to do with Qatar owning Liverpool Football Club and us winning trophies? Qatar is not going to own Liverpool Football Club and change UK law. They're going to own Liverpool Football Club and make us successful. Make us win. Make us compete. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. I will never ever get a Klopp exclusive or a Slot exclusive or a whoever exclusive. I'm never going to get any of these exclusives ever. Ever. And I accept that. But I'd rather be real and authentic and say it as it is than be fake. And guess what? There's no memberships on this channel. So I don't want any of you to pay me £5 to be my friend. My Snapchat is accessible to all of you. Toka messages me, Caster messages me, Zier messages me. There's people who are subscribers who have my number. I don't need £5 a month so you can be my friend. There is no thisisfootball.com where you have to pay a monthly subscription to get exclusives. There's no exclusives. You're all the same. I love you all. And if you send a super chat, I give you a shout out at the end of the stream and I big you up. That game versus Benfica haunts us till this day. If I could change one thing in Liverpool's history, I'd go back and I'd make sure that Nunez doesn't score in that game. Like I would, like if I could transform into anyone, I would transform into like the Benfica cafeteria guy, and I'd give Nunez like 2 fraudulent sandwiches so he becomes sick that day only. Like I don't want him to be sick forever, just sick that day and he doesn't play or something. The fact that he scored twice against us, unbelievable, man. Big up to my guy Josh, who says Liverpool only club that has the same funeral speech every summer. Every single March, we have the same exact speech, verbatim, the same exact speech, 100%. We tried, we competed. We cannot compete with Manchester City. They have 115 charges. They have all this money. They have this. They have that. Yeah, we have the money as well. Are you guys aware that Liverpool and Spurs were the only 2 clubs who could spend money in January without breaking FFP rules? We could have bought the forward this summer. We could have bought the forward this January. We didn't have to wait. Didn't have to wait. What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? We could have signed one this January and ended up league champions, but we're never ruthless. We still say, yeah, if Darwin Nunez takes his chances, he'll become world class. Yeah, but what if he doesn't? I accept 100%. Toka accepts. Every Darwin Nunez hater on the planet accepts there's a possibility next season starts and he starts scoring goals. No problem. We'll clap for him. We'll say, finally, you've gotten there. The question now becomes, what if next season starts and he doesn't? And in the first 5 matches, he misses 7 big chances, and we ended up losing these games or drawing these games. Then what? Everyone will come back to daddy as per usual. 2 months into the season, you're right, Hussam, we should have sold Nunez. Yeah, but why weren't you saying this in the summer? Luis Diaz is 28. This is who he fucking is. There is no change from now. It's over. It's done. It's finished. This is who Luis Diaz is. That's it. There's nothing for us to look forward to him becoming better or any of that shit. This is who he is. It's over. Khalas. This is who Luis Diaz is. Luis Diaz is the player that's a dribbler and does nothing else on the football pitch. Luis Diaz has less big chances created than Cameron Archer of Sheffield, than Reece James, who's been out all year long. What are we doing here? Why do we give people chances to do the same exact thing that they've done to us over and over and over again? Another chance. Why? Big up to Gagan, who says, surprise, we have seen the pattern since 2020, a very reactionary club, only act when shit hit the fan to make up for the previous mess. Culture change needed. 100%? 100% the culture change is real. And you know who can lead the culture change? People really think that Slot will lead the culture change. It won't be Slot that will lead the culture change. It will be Edwards to lead the culture change. My faith is not in Slot. My faith is not in the players. My faith is not in FSG. My faith is literally in only Edwards and Edwards only. Like, the only way is this summer for him to just fix up fully the culture of the football club, because we're literally not ruthless at all. Us selling Diaz and Nunez shows a ruthlessness that we have never seen before. I don't care if Slot wants to keep him. Fuck what Slot thinks. Fuck what he thinks regardless. I don't want our manager to get involved in transfer decisions anyway. We need Michael Edwards to go and make these decisions. Strong decisions. They are strong decisions, but they're needed. Get Nunez out, get Diaz out, get Robertson out. Show the ruthlessness that we have failed to show over the last 5 years so we can move in the correct direction. Simple as. Big up to you, Gagandip. Big up to S. Wade, who says, Klopp dependent on one DM his entire time competing with City. If Fabinho had a backup, Liverpool could have won more. 100%. 100% this is true. 100% this is true. I wanted a Fabinho backup. I wanted to a midfield. Bro, Wade, you were there. I played you a clip from 2 years ago. How is it everything I'm saying in June 2022 applies in June 2024? How? Make it make sense. Every word I said from 2 years ago applies 2 years later. Make it make sense. How is it a thing? How is it a thing? Because we haven't learned, because we haven't gotten better, because we haven't developed that ruthless edge. Diaz and Nunez should leave the club now. Robertson should leave the club now. Simple. Simple. Get the players who are ready. We don't have time. We're not a developmental club. We're not fucking Southampton. We need to do better. Simple as. Transfers is the reason why Liverpool have won only 1 title and 1 Champions League over the last 9 years. Is literally just transfers. Simple as. People will say tactical adjustment here, tactical adjustment there, blah, 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 just waffling. The reality is, have we gotten the right players? We'll be sat here league champions even with gung-ho football. And then you have people like Ramy. Put Nunez left wing and sell Diaz. Left wing, Nunez thrives. Okay, so let's look at Nunez's skill set. Nunez's skill set. Pace and power. End of skill set. How does that work on the left-hand side? So the one thing I'll give you is he can get behind the right back. Okay, other than that, tell me. Other than that, tell me what? Yalla. Skill set. Pace, power. End of skill set. Now what? Is he creative? No. Can he score goals? No. Can he get in behind? No. Let's talk skill sets. If I say I want Mo Salah to play up top, his skill set, finishing, getting into the right positions, clinicalness, clutchness. If I want Salah to play on the right, his skill set is playmaking, finishing, all that type of stuff. Why are we sat here waffling? Why? Why are we sat here waffling? What are you giving a chance to? And then if next season starts and the first 5 games he misses all the chances, then what? Then what? First 5 games of the season, 10 big chances missed, 3 draws, 1 win, 1 loss. And then we're sat here going like, oh, we should have sold Nunez in the summer. Yeah, but then listen. Redline Teranga said it earlier on. He was like, listen, just listen to Sam. Like, bro, I've been watching football for 20 years. I know this sport. I understand this sport. My talent ID is actually good. Like, I've actually been talking about good players to bring to Liverpool Football Club. I wanted Ugarte. I wanted McAllister. I wanted Caicedo. I wanted Paqueta. Forget the thing that happened from the betting perspective. We're saying on the pitch. Wanted Paqueta. I wanted the best of the best. I wanted Nkunku. I actually wanted good players. But we end up 2 years later doing the same exact stuff again. This is the issue. This is the fucking issue, bro. And it's never going to change until we have a ruthless mindset. There's still people who would keep Andy Robertson in 2024. How many of his crosses have hit first man? How many of his corners have hit first man? Everything he's done, he's just shit now. There's nothing good about him. Get a new left back. Did you see Ait Nouri? Ait Nouri against Liverpool. Did you see the last game of the season? Technical. Footballer. Can pass the ball. Left foot, right foot, no problem. Cross, no problem. Dribble, no problem. Bro, baller. Get him in. Call Wolves. How much you want for Ait Nouri? 40? Allah, here's 40. Bring me Ait Nouri. Done. Call Bayern Munich, rob them. Just like we robbed them of Mane. Give them Robertson for 40 million. They're selling Davies. Bro, just get the actual correct players. Get the real players in the real positions and cook. Simple as. Simple as. Ait Nouri, Ugarte, Hinchcape, Olise, Marcus Thuram. Problem solved. Done. Sell Diaz, Nunez, and Robertson. Now I can compete on all 5 fronts, 4 fronts. Done. I can compete everywhere now. That's it. Very simple, yani. Very easy, wallah. Football is not even a complicated sport. Transfers aren't even as complicated as you think. Do you think Ait Nouri is rejecting Liverpool? No. Do you think Hinchcape is rejecting Liverpool? No. Do you think Ugarte is rejecting Liverpool? No. You can even make smarter signings, like tell Barcelona, if you want Diaz, take Diaz, give me Araujo. See how I've just solved the centre-back issue using one of my own issues? Nunez, sell. Whichever club needs a striker, 40, 50 million, take, habibi. Yalla, buy Marcus Thuram, buy actual ballers. Bro, get in players who are actually good or to actually take us to the next level. Very simple. Very simple. And if you disagree with certain names that I say, I'm okay with that. Like, you can disagree with me. You can think we need other players. But those are the positions we need. Left back, center back, DM, 2 forwards. Other than that, we have done a 75% window as per usual. And then come next May, Hussam is live, and then the top reds say the same stuff. And it's just a circle of the same exact shit over and over and over again. That's just the reality. But anyway, this was the full analysis of the Klopp era. The ups, the downs, the downfalls, all the stuff that's happened at the football club over the last 8-9 years. We've discussed his entire era from start to finish, the reason why we're in this position to begin with, and all that type of stuff. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. This is a different type of video. We gave a special analysis video, analysis stream. Loyalty and ego. Those are the 2 problems that Liverpool have suffered from over the last 2-3 years. That's why we haven't won anything significant. So slap the like button, subscribe. Big up to Ram, big up to Smoke, Mookie, Gagandeep, Joe, Josh, Singh, Toka, and Wade for the super chats. RSM, only place you can contact me is Snapchat. Don Hussam 6 is my Snapchat. That's it. Other than that, there is no other reason for me to. There is no other place for me. So, yeah. Big up to you, all of you guys. Don Hussam 6 Snapchat. Yeah. So add me and I'll get the video. So love you all. No, but you know why I responded? Because I know you're that type of person. Halls, you're that type of person. That's exactly what people say. What if Edwards doesn't want Marcus Thuram? It's okay. But those are the 5 positions that we need. Left back, center back, DM, 2 forwards. Done. For once, actually get 100% window instead of 75% one. Anyway, I might do player ratings tonight, like midnight time. Liverpool player ratings for the season. So yeah, love you all. Toodles.